What is up, YouTube? M40 here. We are finally doing a new deck profile. We got our new stuff in here, and I figured we would go ahead and unproxy this bad boy and talk about it. The build hasn't initially changed from a lot of the earlier stages that you saw me playtesting with this, but I still want to cover it because there were a lot of people that were like, hey, you never covered Dragonmaids. Well, here we are. Alright, so in its full glory. So I do want to say a couple things here. First up, check out our friends at tradingcardmint.com down below. Enter MCO40 on checkout, and you will get the chance to save a little bit of money on your purchase. So this is post-Eternity Code. One thing I aimed to do with this deck, it was based off of an OCG concept. Whether or not I'm going to test out the new card for post-Rise of the Duels, because they do get a beautiful new card in there that does give more bounceability back to this deck. And it's another name that you can toggle with off of her, which is definitely something that I would like to mess around with in the grand scheme of things. So that's probably where we're heading with this, is we're probably going to test out the new trap card here in the near future. But this is what I've got for post-Eternity Code, at least for a stun concept. And for the most part, it was alright. So we have triple copies of Chamber Dragonmaid. Now, this card is probably one of the best things that we needed. She toggles into any of the dragons, which is actually very important. And she has the ability on normal or special to recruit for your best card in your deck, which is this. This lets you fuse with anything dragon related to make your big Dragonmaids, which is going to be very crucial that you do that. Also, the fact that she tags into any of the dragons, I can't stress that enough. Like, it actually comes up way more than it actually should. This is probably the best support card that we got in a while, and I definitely think that the power that this card brings to this deck is absolutely insane. Like, thank you for making Dragonmaids better. We're also playing triple copies of Kitchen. Standard Searcher. I'm still on the fence about this, honestly. Like, yes, getting to add and dump is really good because it does clear out a big dragon if you're stuck with it. But outside of that, like, this honestly isn't what I want to be going for. Like, this seems to be the more generalized, larger target. So, we have triple copies of this, and then we have triple copies of Parlor. Parlor, same thing, but she dumps. So you can dump out Terminus once again. I like to call this card Terminus, but you can dump out the changeover and then bounce back to add this back to your hand. So you're basically going one stage less than you actually need to for this. Also, you know, these all can toggle on in to your bigger dragon, you know, since these are level restricted. That's one thing that always made me dislike these. These can go into the 8s. She can go into anything, alright? She's doing her best. So, there's those. Now, we also play one copy of Nurse for the revival functionality of this. I don't think you need more than one of her. I know a few people would probably disagree with me and be like, oh yeah, Nurse is alright. She also only toggles into level 7. So that's where our next problem was. If all of the Dragonmaids functionally universally tagged into them all, I might be okay with that. But alright, we have 2 copies of Tink Heck. Now, this is our first level 8 dragon, and we can also send this to the graveyard to give a Dragonmaid a 2k boost. Alright? Somebody say honest, but actually on a stable body. Yeah, that's what we get with this. This card is extremely good, and you don't play 3 of this. Like, your big dragons are all fundamentally bricks. This one's at least of value being an honest. And then we have 1 copy of our other level 8 dragon. This is the one that we can discard to negate a monster effect on the, or to not allow it to do its thing. I wish this was a quick effect. Dragonmaids would have actually been bonkers insane, but they just said, nah, your little level 8s can't, that one can't be a quick effect. Then we play triple copies of Ernest. So this thing is level 7. The only thing we care about is that you can discard this to special summon 1 level 4 lower Dragonmaid from your hand. Alright, so basically, depending on how you open up the beginning stages of the game, this will actually allow you to play the game if you need to get 2 on the field. But actually, it really just depends on the scenario. But ta-da! Normal or extenders. Actually, that is the cool thing about this. I do like being able to use this as an extender if my opponent does have an answer to one of my Dragonmaids. So there's that. All right, hand trappy traps. So we play triple copies of Ash. Depending on how the format goes, post Adamancipator, post Eldritch, if those decks get hit rolling into June here, I do still think that this will probably be one of the best hand traps that we can play, just because it solely is able to kind of stand the test of time and things. I am going to give consideration to Nibiru's, because I do think that the rock is really important. Now this card has been nothing but nice to me. I really like Ogre. I do think that getting the destruction, at least at the beginning stages of when I was initially building this, the destruction off of this was pure value. So I do like this. I'm just messing around with 2 Ghost Mourner right now. Ghost Mourner is alright. She's not the best value. I almost rather play Effect Veiler over her. Or, I could play some Nibiru's. It was just something I wanted to mess around with. But for the most part, this doesn't do all that much. Like, Ogre and Ash are infinitely better. Now, this is your MVP. So the format went back to a point where we actually care about Phantasme. The main thing with this is your big Dragonmaid. This generically just wants a Dragonmaid and a level 5 or higher. So yeah, level 5 or higher dragon. Maybe it's level 7. I don't know. Either way, he meets the requirements for this. So enjoy your free climb for this. In case like it's dead in the matchup, there you go. Super easy. We have 1 Dragonmaid changeover. If this gets DD crowed, well, it's life. But we only play 1. Once again, like, you can dump it. You see it technically so much. 2 is just, it feels bad. Triple copies of Hospitality, because this is our extender. Also being able to clear out big dragons out of the deck to set up is really good. And then we have triple copies of Pot of Extrav. Like I said, testing out a stun theory here. You don't really need your extra deck all that much. You technically shouldn't be too worried about banishing your key cards. Also, getting to your back row is really good. We have 1 copy of Downtime. I haven't... Do you need more than 1? I guess maybe in Pure. And then, good old back row. 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Warning. I love these cards in this deck. Like, these cards literally hold down the fort for me. So, that's the main. It's just, once again, this is like what we've been testing. It's just initial phase testing stuff. So, alright. So we have Triple Dragonmaid Sheol. We have triple copies of the House Dragonmaid. Nothing too special going on here. Triple copies of the Sphere Mode. 1 copy of Unicorn for spinning. And then we just have some Super Poly targets, because I was messing around with Super Poly on the side. So we have triple Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and 1 Adding Mister and 1 of the Boral End Savage thing. Probably going to swap this out for a Mud Dragon. Like I said, this extra deck was very beta in the testing. Like, the most initial thing that you need is, your value cards. Like, this is your value for the most part for what you're planning on doing for the game. So guys, that's my early testing for Dragonmaid. I'm probably going to make some changes, but this deck is a lot of fun. Kitchen, Parlor do not compare to this insane card. Like, this did everything that we needed it to for the deck. So guys, that's Dragonmaids. Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and well guys, I'm out. Peace. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.